In case you weren't aware, the devs are working on a workaround to make it so that their game is not always online, requiring a persistent internet connection. So here it says that Arcane Austin has said it's working on it after they were met with a lot of backlash from the fans when it was first announced. So is that all it took? There is no logic in having a single player game, which this is what it is. Yes, it's co-op as well. But when you're playing single player, you don't need an internet connection to play Skyrim. In an interview with Eurogamer, it is where game director Harvey Smith said, "We listen, and we've already started work to address this in the future. We have to do some things like encrypt your save games, do a bunch of UI work to support it. And so we're looking into, I'm not supposed to promise anything, but we are looking into and working actively towards fixing that in the future." Smith also went on into more detail about why Redfall was designed as an always online experience to begin with. It wasn't to sell any microtransactions because there are none. It was to monitor gameplay from people to see like what difficulties they would be encountering and all that. So do like what Resident Evil does. Remember that thing in the beginning? They ask you if you want to like sort of connect and give like your data and do all that. Like they ask for your consent. Well, here they're just saying, no, there's no consent. We're just going to slip it in and we're not even going to ask. It's just going to happen. And that's the problem that I have. This isn't like one of those, come on, bro, it's 2023. Everybody's got internet. It's not about that. It's about game preservation, you ding-a-ling, right? You already have to rely on your hardware having to work. You got to rely on the electricity. Now some of these games require internet. This ain't World of Warcraft, which is a game I play a lot. And that one's always online, and I've got no problems with it because it's meant to be that way. MMORPG. Okay? The good thing about this, though, is, if there is any good news, it's on Game Pass, right? So it's going to be on Xbox Series X and S only as a console and PC. It's also going to be available on Game Pass, and you're going to be able to play it on Game Pass via PC as well, right? So Game Pass on console or PC. I'm not too sure if it's going to be like on Steam or whatever. That's not even what the point of this video is. But it was just to share that before the Microsoft ZeniMax merge, this game was in development for PS5. And that has now been scrapped. No word on if it's ever going to come. But that's what they were going to do. See, it was to help understand how people were playing Redfall and when they were facing difficulties. It allows us to do some accessibility stuff. It allows us for telemetry, like if everybody's falling off ladders and dying. And we can go and tweak the ladder code, for example, if people keep, falling off ladders. So it's a great system when it's optional, not when it's forced on you, right? Anyhow, looks like a lot of fun. Vampire-y, open world game. I'm gonna play it because it's essentially free. I got my Game Pass Ultimate for like barely $4 Canadian a month. So for me, it's absolutely worth it. I'm gonna check the game out. It's gonna be hard to tell if it works without an internet connection because I believe games on Game Pass require an internet connection or they have to check in so often. Not too sure how that's gonna work and if I'm gonna bother actually buying the game. I just wanted to share this with you for people that are thinking of buying it. Maybe try it on Game Pass first to make sure that you actually enjoy the game. And like I said, I'm very excited for it. It's coming out, May 2nd? So in like roughly just a little less than a week, give or take a couple of days. And I am excited for this. Actually, so much so, I'm more excited for this than the new Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Anyways, that's another rant for another video. As always, if you liked this video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel. Didn't like it, thumbs down. And I'll make sure your brain requires an always online requirement or your... If you want to subscribe, great. If not, whatever. And as always, a link down below to credit George Yang, who wrote this article for IGN to bring us this piece of information. There are others that spoke about it, but I'm not too familiar with the other news game sources, so I don't know how reliable they are. IGN, I think it's safe to say, with a name like them, they're not really into the fake gaming news. So, yeah, there you have it. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.